As always, I hope you're hearing the music. Apologize for the delay, guys. Sincere apologies. Vigilante Williamson here on the 73rd episode of my show, The Vigilante Williamson Show. It is technically All Saints Day because All Hallows Eve, aka Halloween, was yesterday. November 1st. Monday. Another manic Monday. November 1st. I hope everyone's having a good November 1st. Good Monday. Oh, here comes from that awkward fade. That awkward fade out of the music. Hope everyone's having a good day. I sincerely mean that, man. I hope everyone's having a good day. I want to thank all of you for being here, whether that's live right now. So there were some people waiting in the chat. Apologize for the delay in getting started. Or whether or not that's somebody watching the playback. I really appreciate it. As the Wait Down says, don't forget to smash that like button. Hell, Wait Down. Thank you for your thumbnail. He did the thumbnail for the Stone Cold video today. He because I had a standard, like the standard thumbnail I've been doing, came up with something else. So if you got time to do that, appreciate it, bro. Really do. Really do. And you said exhausted and about to crash because I don't know how to properly adult. I've been up all night. I've been basically in a similar boat. I didn't go to bed till like almost 9 a.m. So 9 a.m. Eastern. I'm on the East Coast. So yeah, I'm didn't get much in terms of sleep. What's up, rough girl? Appreciate you being here. And I appreciate you throwing a like on the stream, Wake Down. You know, you kind of have to watch. Hell, Morgan Holloway. You reached out to me in the comments about trying to set something up. I'm not sure if you want me. Well, I guess it's a GoFundMe idea. I'll try to get it set up today. I've never set one up, but I will try to do it today because I think in general that sort of thing is going to be needed. Basically, if you guys hadn't heard, and Morgan Holloway is actually a couple, the House of Holloway they'll call them. So they both work at a factory, and that factory has jab mandated them for gene therapy. And as we covered last week, even that and actually not last week, it was actually Saturday's episode, late Saturday night. It was for the Halloween episode talking about something scary. The definition of fully jabbed is going to change. The CDC is already talking about that. So it's not like if somebody, just go get a jab. It's like, well, I'm just going to have to get one for the rest of my life to keep up with these draconian mandates. So we want to set something up to help her because that could be in her family. Because that could be them, because the couple. Because it could be any of us in this day and age. So we will look into doing something that. So thank you for showing up. And you are early for once. And I appreciate your like. Hail Killy Chow. Do I get a what's going on? Probably not because it was before we actually started, but guys talking to each other. Noble Iro was not late, pretty much on time because I started maybe a little bit after this. Snow the Poop is cute bird. Hello. It's been a minute. I'm not sure if you're watching the playbacks, but I appreciate you being here. Either way, thank you for being here, man. And hail Noble Iro again. You weren't late. Brightest day, Vigilante Williamson. Yeah. Vig says Zax. Appreciate Zax. No, Gary's not producing the show. Just Insomnia. Insomnia produced this show. So sorry for the late start. Hey Twitch, all thinker, aka Noble Iro. Sup? The oppressive Senshin dildo. Buzz. Too kind. I'm trying. We'll figure something out, man. This is wild. And listen, we got to help each other because one, no one else will. Two, you don't need a government to compel you to help people. And then there's another hello to such a dildo. Look at this Wookiee supremacy with the Chad Thunderwook thumbnail and a little Espanol, Buenos Dias. I guess I'm a luchadors con a criminal del cultural, el liberalism as cancer. It's funny. I'm able to understand what that means, and I was terrible at Spanish. So cool, Wook. Thank you. Buzz, Q-Burr. Look at you guys talking to each other. Never be a thing is fully jabbed, the masters is spoken. Absolutely. This has been the end game all along. Is to make sure that you are constantly up to date with your boosters, your quarterly boosters. If we're lucky, just quarterly, if not monthly. You got to get your quarterly boosters, and then you got to make sure your chip is up to date to make sure that your jab status is up to date, or else you can't get any state sponsored milk. Yeah, that's my thought too. I'm going to remain fully unjabbed. You know what else? I got to find that jab. That's probably something to toss in the stream elements. I know Ascension Dildo's a big fan of stream elements, but I'd probably toss that jab. There's a anti-jab job board. I don't know how big it is now. We're gonna toss it in the chat if I can find it. There's actually, I think, a couple. Oh, you bitch! Of course, Google Chrome. You're gonna be an asshole and not let it be easy for me to find it. Thank you for nothing, you evil fucking corporation. I hope you know. Oh man, I wish Google and all these fucking tech. I mean, I'm on the Google platform, right? It gives me the ability to talk to you guys, so it can't be all terrible. And it does allow the ability for people to be informed, but we still have tons of BS with Google and these big tech assholes. I see a Gab group. There's a site. Gab, come on, man. I'm sorry. I'm trying to look for this I'm impromptu trying to look for these what the hell was the site called? Sheesh. There is a I'm on DuckDuckGo and I'm having trouble finding the damn site. So I apologize for the delay. I want that site not just in the chat now, but it's definitely something we need to pass around so we can know. I mean, so because like I said, this thing can happen to any of us, and now I cannot fucking find this site. I saw Ripper talking about it weeks ago, and I cannot find this fucking job board. This is kind of bullshit. I can't even find it on DuckDuckGo. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, hopefully I'll find it after the show. I'm sorry, I don't want to stop everything. We're already late, and so we're already kind of in a rush. Damn it, man. So hey, V Star. He's saying hey to Wookie. Snow the Poopers has been snoozing all over time and space. I feel you, Wookie. I feel you. Still waiting for the hoodie. I don't see that it was ordered, but I gotta check again. Man, I'd rather do either, but I definitely understand the sentiment. Cinch and Dildo says he'd rather shoot up H than some heroin than put that shit in his body. That's Cinch and Dildo stars is not the fucking medical. I'm not saying the jab's worse than heroin. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah, fuck off Stream Elements. I like Stream Elements. Stream Elements have been really good to me. Yeah, I see the Gab. I guess that's all we got. I thought there was another job board outside of that. We have Gab's job board. If you guys use Gab, I know that's still like a kind of fringe social media site. I thought there was another job board outside of that. But if we can find, we have that. So I guess we're gonna have to run with that. I've decided just to go woke. I identify. Whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna not say that because I actually do believe in God. But that does prove the principle of why the whole pronoun thing is BS Wookiee supremacy. I got a wave from Rough Girl. So that's the one you received. Yeah, that's the only one I could find. Bright as day, the one you just posted. Yeah, since that's legitimately blasphemous, I'm gonna go ahead and not read your comments, Wook. But I get, yeah, and in a way, it is only natural being a pope, right? Because You know, the Pope definitely thinks that's what he is. Well, maybe not quite that. Hell, Ruff and V Star. So people saying hi to one another. Everyone introducing, saying hi because they're all polite. Everyone's all polite. Appreciate you guys being polite. Can't beat them joining. So yeah, V Star says she joined it. Bought over $400 food because I know things are tough. Doctor won't see you if you don't get the booster. Jesus. These people are demons. Demons. Oh, jeez. What the hell? What the hell's going on? This show's already off the rails. We haven't even started yet. We're late. People are committing blasphemy in the chat. What in the world is going like? What's going on? What's going on? I'm not trying. This is not the place where this is not the show we're trying to do. But all seriousness, appreciate you guys here. And I hope you guys are doing well. I see everyone in the chat. Everyone's kind. I know, like I said, the situation with Morgan Holloway is it sucks, and it's going to be unfortunately more common. It could be something that we all have to deal with. Anyone here in this chat, myself included, and especially, and this is insane, man. Especially because they're going to increase the definition of it. So that means like you're literally, I was open-minded when this whole jab thing started. I was going to let what happened dictate my thoughts. I wasn't going to go into it closed-minded, but then there were side effects. There were all people, I saw the magnet videos. Then there's the fact that they keep taking this stuff down. You can't sue anybody if something goes wrong, and then they force these mandates, and then you see what's going on in Australia, and then you see that they're going to change the definition to require boosters, and so and no one's going to say or do anything except the crazy alt-righters, the anti-vaxxers. It's like, what the fuck? This should be obvious that something's fucking wrong. There should be something completely obvious, since this was just 15 days to stop the spread, but instead we literally destroy the human condition and have now created a oppressive governmental situation where now you cannot work unless you are going to get gene therapy for the rest of your fucking life. For the rest of your life, you have to put chemicals in your body for the rest of your life to go get a job at Walmart or to go get a sandwich at McDonald's. That's insane. Granted, you probably shouldn't go to either place, but you get my drift. And now it's just like, oh, you don't want to be one of those right-wing extreme anti-vaxxers who might put you on the fucking list. Might put you on the FBI list. So it's crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. It's fucking nuts. And I can't, I did a little bit more looking to see if there was a different job board. I cannot find it. Boy. Oh boy. So happy if anyone is sad. I'll sing Donna Summer Bad Girl to you on it's a scam, as I call it. Hello, Spec Linux laptop. Looking like a penguin in tuxedo. Got some smiles from Rough Girl. You wait. Ugh. Again, I don't do the blasphemy. I truly believe in the Most High. So I'm not sure if I'm read everything. Yeah, I don't do Insta Scam either. Rough Girl. You should sing on your YouTube page. There's hope, everyone. We are the world. We are the children. But we're supposed to be the adults. All hell's the experts. Yeah, that's what it is like. Welcome to the Yahtzees won. And then McCarthy was right, I sing In My Heart for You, Low Spec Linux laptop. And you got a smile for him. You have a hammer. Well, oh yeah, you do have a. You are a mod. That's right. Oh man. So the first story, the cover story. The reason kind of want to know how everyone's doing, and I'm stressed out about this stuff. And I think everyone's stressed out about the world. I think people are in a rough space mentally, and it's understandable. Look what's going on in the world. Look at the world we live in. It's fucking crazy. And people are snapping, man. People are fucking snapping. And not just in the West, all over the fucking world. all over the world, people have been snapping in general before this shit, right? People have already been crazy. The world was already nuts. And then when you add this crazy shit with this fucking disease and a fucking reaction to it, and all of these evil governments basically destroying society. Like the supply chain is going to be fucked. Everything's going to be fucked in the name of gene therapy. Now, I'm not saying that had anything to do with what happened in this situation. It probably didn't, because I don't know what's going on in Japan as far as these mandates. But somebody snapped. Tokyo subway attacker wore a Joker costume and saw a death sentence. He stabbed 17 people before starting a fire. This guy. The headline explains itself, right? You have somebody who he's not the only one who have done this in the Tokyo subway or something similar, but this is pretty extreme. This is the man who believed to be the knife and arson attacker. He's dressed like the Joker, has his little cigarette like he's Arthur Fleck. You know, he had his mask down. You see the fire in the background, and apparently 17 people got stabbed. This is pretty, yeah. Damn, it's pretty bad. Geez, I didn't see it. Chicago has no police. Gunshot rang out at a press briefing. Yeah, we're in a crazy world, and and because they can't be sued, the government can force people to do it. If they could be sued, there's no jab mandates. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, 17. This guy stabbed 17 people and set a fire. He lived out his Joker fantasy, to be fair, man. That's pretty. And you know something? I don't think he's not going to be the last guy. He isn't even the last guy over in Japan. And I think there are going to be more people who snap. There are already, Raphael mentioned this in Chicago. There's no police. The police, even locally, I don't see them as much. And I still hear ambulance sirens. I hear more of them than I have in the entire time I've lived here. I think the world is just snapping. This is the end of the world as we know it. I know sometimes I can be super black pilled. I don't mean to be, but I'm seeing it. You know what I mean? So police say 17 people were injured in a stabbing spree. And this is another thing. If you need more evidence that the Second Amendment works, I don't know if this happens. Maybe in New York, I know it's hard to get a gun in New York legally. It's easy illegally, but hard to legally. So maybe in places like that. But I don't know how easy it is for something like this to happen here in America. But this also shows just because you take away people's guns doesn't mean you take away their means to be violent. Yeah, but the Joker guy maintained distance. He had his mask. He looked like he had his mask on at some point. They won't sue, but they'll stop any money. And, they're gonna have you pay off your debt. Yeah, your tax dollars to pay off any issues. But the suspect who also set a fire on board was reportedly dressed as Batman Joker, as you can see from the picture. 24-year-old guy who was arrested Sunday night. So this was on Halloween after stabbing 17 people on a train headed toward Shinjuku, the world's busiest train station. Tokyo Fire Department told the Associated Press that 3 of the 17 victims were seriously injured. The suspect doused parts of the train car with a flammable liquid and set it on fire. The Japanese state-owned news organization, NHK, reported citing witnesses who described the suspect dressed in the purple and green suit of the Joker, or purple and green of the Joker, obviously a villain from Batman comics. Several photos shared by Japanese Twitter users purportedly showed the knife-wielding suspect smoking a cigarette on a train carriage shortly before his arrest. I don't know if the audio will play because who never knows. We'll play the video. This is just him after the fact, just sitting there calmly, smoking his little cigarette. That's after he stabbed 17 people, reportedly. That was after he stabbed 17 people and set a train on fire. Suspect reportedly told police he wanted to commit murder and be sentenced to death, and that he drew inspiration from a previous train stabbing case. The AP reported citing Nippon television. The Halloween rampage came 2 weeks after a 45-year-old man was arrested for stabbing men in Tokyo's Ueno station. Both victims were hospitalized, and the suspect, who was reportedly rambling incoherently and carrying a bloody knife, was soon apprehended by police. And in August, a 36-year-old man stabbed 10 passengers on a commuting train in suburban Tokyo before fleeing the scene. He was arrested shortly afterwards, according to NHK, and he told police he wanted to murder women who looked happy. That was a totally different guy, 36. So these are multiple stabbing incidents, one 2 weeks before, maybe, and then one a couple months before, looks like in August. So you see the guys over in Japan, and obviously this is indicative of a few demons, basically, who are just stabbing people and trying to cause pain and ruckus for the sake of pain and ruckus. But like you also see, like, okay, this is becoming a trend over there. Just like, we knew when this whole fucking thing started, this global pandemic, and the mental issues were going to be sky fucking high. That we were going to see higher instances of depression, higher instances of suicide, and quite frankly, higher instances of people just snapping, people going postal, people being violent. I don't know this guy. They don't have enough report on this guy's backstory, at least as of yet. And honestly, had I not happenstancely come across this story, I wouldn't have even known it happened, let alone the other stuff happened. But I'm not shocked in a way. I'm not shocked. Am I saying it's all the pandemic? I'm not sure. But man, society feels broken. I know I'm not the only one. And that's almost a quote from the Joker. What was it like? Doesn't it feel like what did he say in the Joker? Doesn't it feel like it's hard to everybody's what was it, like, either they're crazy out there or everyone's losing their mind, something like that. Well, everyone's losing their minds from the Dark Knight. But it just feels like people are just snapped. Sheesh. Well, he's not in the West. They don't do that over there. I don't think that's. I don't think that's. I know that's some leftist stuff, but yeah. Wow, two college students at Duke killed themselves. Two teens found dead here in Hope County, North Carolina. Wow. Yeah, this is madness. Absolutely mad. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Oof. Okay, yeah, you guys are talking about all sorts of stuff. We talked about this and these demonic mandates, and the thing that pisses me off is that the people who are these anti-vaxxers. It's like, could you at least consider my point of view? Could you just consider it? I'm not knocking you for being pro-vaccine. Just consider my point of view. Just don't look at me like I'm an idiot. You're just going to keep pumping yourself with chemicals for the rest of your life and just be okay with that and think that I'm crazy for asking questions. Chicago got, no police. Yeah, we talked about this. Such a dildos, pronouns are buzz and buzz. Keely Child, yeah, damn. It's crazy. A few years ago, a dude put a bomb on the train. Wow. 17, yeah. Yeah, it's just cities. Crazy crap isn't happening everywhere else. Well, most people still live in cities. I know there's, a little bit more of a push given the past 20 months to 2 years now, because it's about 2 years. There's probably more of a push for people, especially in this country, to live in rural areas, or at least more suburban and rural areas. But I mean, a lot of people still live in cities. So just the cities is still huge. Oh boy, that's a bit istophobic. Though, that's problematic. England's a great example of how violence happens when guns are gone. Yeah, England too. The stabbing, they're slicing each other up out there. Low Spec Lens Laptop says when he was stationed in Okinawa, the only violence was Yakuza military personnel. Yeah, because Japan's not known for violent citizens, but it looks like that might be changing. I don't think this guy's Yakuza. That's 30 years ago. But yeah, I think that might be changing. I think people are just snapping. Seriously, got a friend who known since school, lives in Phoenix. He's gone through so many sensitivity training sessions at work. They got him believing he's racist. Oh, you're talking about this. It's sad. Dude's never been racist. That's pressed up. The brainwashing is working on him, man. You keep brainwashing somebody, and then this is what we're talking about, and then this is what you meant. Ah, okay. So I lost the concept. And then they got him believing he was born racist because he's a Caucasian. That's fucked up, Wookie. I'm sorry to hear that. It is madness. If everyone needs to listen, hit me up. Listen, I think you should sing on your you should sing on your channel. You should sing on your channel. Even if you're not good, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as you're having fun. White guilt is gay. I agree with Central Gildo. It's also bullshit. Got a buzz to rough. He's an IT guy in Phoenix. Wow. Wow. Shit. Back in Michigan, in Lansing, says over the weekend had a structure fire and 2 bodies in East Lansing with gunshot wounds. Damn it. I mean, with no police, man, violence is just getting worse and worse too, man. A lot of places, just no police. It's almost as if it's all part of a plan, huh? Still hiring someone to set up OBS and overlays that I'm already paying for and collect to my Streamlabs and hook me up with my cell phone. I have no idea how to do OBS from your cell phone. I do know how to connect OBS to the Streamlabs somewhat. You use like a virtual camera, but yeah, I don't know how to do that with the phone. They're using 12-inch Rambo knives in the UK. Yeah, give me a bullet, anything. Yeah, that's not a good way to die. That's not a good way to die. And he grew up in Sterling Heights. Oh man, in Detroit, and it's outside Detroit. It's kind of a suburb toward the east side, but past the east side. You know, you're going north with the little. I'm doing the hand thing because it's a mitten, the state. I know what Sterling Heights is. That's messed up. Don't have a good voice, but I know how to have a good time. That's all that matters, rough girl. But yeah, I know exactly what Sterling Heights is, near Mount Clemens. And man, golly, that's fucked up. It's fucked up when they are able to when their shit works, man. When their brainwashing shit works. So I'm sorry about your friend. And I'm sorry to anyone who was a victim of this guy on this train, man. And anyone who's going to be a victim to anyone who snaps. Can't find a link to your YouTube channel, dang nabbit. Bought all the equipment, just need to have it up and running. Daddy bought 2 laptops and a server and a Legato recorder. Well, then you don't need your cell phone. You have all that. That's a lot. You're just buying stuff. So he doesn't talk to you anymore because of your political leanings. Wow. Nothing you could do, man. If he wants to be convinced that he's worthless because he's white, or he's racist that he's white, and he doesn't want to hear anyone tell him any differently, what the hell can you do? It sucks to hear, though, man. Sucks to hear. Also sucks he's a Metro Detroiter. But there you go. And there's a brightest day for the save for V-Stars. This is V-Star's channel. So brightest day was able to find your channel, Nancy. So please sub to Nancy. Sub to V-Star. I've been on her channel before, and I think I will again. Hopefully. He's rich and doesn't want if he's rich and doesn't want to feel so racist, tell him I'm single, says Rough Girl to Wookie. And you guys are sending positive vibes to each other. So that's pretty cool. Positive vibes to anyone who was a victim of this. Be vigilant, you know. I'm not just saying that for the, pun's sake, as far as my name. Be vigilant out there because this world is crazy. You never know what the next person's going through. We saw on that train when that guy smacked that girl a few days ago or last week. We seen just people snap at each other all the time. Be vigilant. If you can be kind, it's okay to be kind. It's okay to be to take some time. If you feel stressed out, it's okay to take some time for yourself, man. Because I don't want any of you guys dressed in a purple suit setting trains on fire. And the way the world is, I get how you can feel that way, but please, take care of your own health mentally, physically, and avoid things like this. Avoid things like this. Rough Girl is inclusive, and he's married to a bridge troll. Oh boy, that makes it even worse. You can't save him, man. You can't save him. You can't. You can't save people from themselves. So you gotta. It may suck to watch or suck to know, but you gotta let him lie in the bed that he made. Wookiee's too toxic for most folk. Well, you did blaspheme earlier, so I can't deny that. Just honest. No, but you're a good dude. As far as your guy, man, you can't save him. We need positivity and good vibes, so I'm here. Have Twitter. If anyone wants to laugh, I'm here. Twitter is not good for laughs, but it's good. It's good for people to connect. I hate Twitter, but I do have one, so it's good to be a. Hopefully, you're a good follower. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you're a better follow than 95% of Twitter, which is not hard to say because 95% of Twitter is horrific. But yeah, let's see. We all have dark days, but good people help us get sun. There you go. Killy Child says, toxic for liking Buffy and not liking Captain Marvel. Is that what the kids say? Do the kids care about Captain Marvel? I think we care about Captain Marvel at this point not more than they do. I'm sure there's a few people, a few Bree stands, but there's way more Bree stands in reverse in the fandom. And Rough Girl never even uses Twitter. I'm gonna hate the new puppet. What's going on? Man, if you listen, like I said, we'll all try not to snap. I know you guys say, Joseph, it's too wacky, man. If you got one of those crazy ass puppets, I probably wouldn't like it. But all right, let's keep going with the stories because we do not have as much time as I would like. Thank you for this big ad, Post Millennial. Sorry. So this is an interesting story. I think I may have heard of this guy. I don't really know much about him, but he's in the what's the word for it? I really call it the grifter space, but they may call me a grifter, so I'm trying to look for a better term but just he's one of these race guys. He's one of these guys who's made his entire living talking about how racist white people are for the approval of liberal white people. Ibram X. Kendi accidentally undermines his own views on white privilege and systematic racism in a now deleted tweet. You know what? Why don't you show Wookie? I got some statistics for your friend who believes he's so oppressive to the world. I think a lot of that white guilt is almost I think white guilt's white supremacy, and I mean that because in order to be so guilty, you have to think that you're so powerful that just your existence and your white skin oppresses everyone in your realm. Like you are like Shao Kahn of whiteness, and you could just exist and make all minorities bow before you, and you're oppressive because of that. To me, that's what white guilt comes off as. But Wookie, to your friend, ask him if white people are so oppressive. Why do more than 2/3 of white students lie about their race on college applications, and 3/4 of those students got accepted to a college? And this is what this guy tweeted, and he deleted the tweet because he realized, this means that there can't be a white privilege system if white people are hiding their own race. So author and activist Ibram X. Kendi, who upholds the ideas that white privilege is rampant in American culture and systematic racism keeps minorities in a state of oppression. We's oppressed. He shared an article on Twitter that revealed that more than a third of this is a third of white students. It wasn't all. So I misspoke earlier. I apologize. I said did they say 2/3 in there? I misread. More than a third. There's a third of white students lie about their race on a college application, and half of them it works. So this is according to a survey survey. Kennedy's comments, which he later deleted, read that more than a third of white students lied about their race on college applications, and more than half of these applicants lied about being Native American. Three-fourths of the students who lied about their race were accepted. So he didn't realize what he was doing. What he thought he was doing, he was trying to show how ignorant those white people are for lying about their race. And then he realized, wait, if they have to lie about their race, that means there's no white privilege. Oh shit. And he didn't believe it. Kennedy has said that America is a slaveholders republic. Well, it's basically a communist regime now, and wrote a children's book about how to teach babies to be anti-racist. And we know in anti-racism, the anti is silent. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey gave this guy 10 million. Oh no, I'm sorry, he didn't give it to him. I don't want to misspeak. I've already misspoke enough. To be fair, he gave $10 million to Boston University to create the Center of Anti-Racist Research that's under his direction. So we have to research anti-racism. We have to make sure anti-racism is researched. Thank you, Boston University and Twitter. We know these people are good, right? these good folks helping out helping to end the oppression. The article from The Hill found 81% of students who fake minority status did so to improve their chances of getting accepted. 50% of students who lied said they did it to get minority-focused financial aid. But if white privilege is so prevalent and pervasive, why would white kids feel the need to disguise their whiteness in order to gain admittance to college and aid them to attend? Could it be these white students felt as opposed to giving them an edge, that whiteness was a hindrance, which obviously it is, especially in the liberal hive mind it is these universities. And this is kind of breaking down. 13% falsely said that they were Latino. 10% did the Rachel Dolezal thing, said that they were black. 9% said that they were Asian, stop Asian hate, or Pacific Islander. Of these students who checked identity boxes of which they were not entitled, 85% believe that falsifying their racial minority status helped them secure admission to college. Here's what I would say to those students. All you did is lie so you can be in debt to learn a bunch of shit you don't need and learn to hate yourself even more. I kind of, I'm very much not in favor of these kids. I think they're idiots for doing all this shit to go to these damn universities and go into debt. They should have got trades. They wouldn't have had to lie about themselves, and so it's actually I think they're idiots for doing this. I'm being 100% fair. The numbers further show that 48% of those who lying about their race were white males. It's your damn white males. You're a white male and you're lying about your race. You're oppressive bigot. You bigot. Only 16% were white women. The white women. Yes, Queen Slay, you're invited to the cookout. Kendi presumably shared the story before he realized, instead of holding up his ideas about race and society in the U.S., could be evidence of exactly the opposite of his views, which is more than likely why he deleted it. White privilege is such a decisive factor. Why do white students feel that applications would do better if they pretend to be something other than white, and why would those applications be so successful? About 3 and 4. About 77% of white applicants who fake minority status on their applications were accepted to those colleges. The Hill reports. I'm surprised The Hill is reporting that because they went leftist. I remember when The Hill was more centrist, and I liked them then. The fact that Kendi posted the then deleted tweet and it raised flags about his ideology. Political writer Chad Felix Green said Kendi's comments was collapsing your entire worldview into a sinkhole, and then Kendi blocked him. So that's pretty funny. Alex Griswold. I don't know who this guy is. When I think of Griswold, I think of the Vacation movies. It's just that feeling when you accidentally blow up your entire life's work in a tweet and have to delete. Yeah, basically. When you're getting $10 million in Twitter funds for your little anti-research institute or anti-racist institute, you're making anti-racist children's books, and then you in one tweet disprove all the shit that you've built your whole pretty lucrative sounding career in this white oppressive nation, might I add, Mr. Ibram X. Yeah, one tweet you posted basically underlined or undermined everything you were doing. White kids are lying about being black so they can get in colleges. Doesn't make the point Kenny thinks it does. Yeah, his point was this: how ignorant you white people are for stealing our jobs or stealing our spots. I guess I don't know. Again, no one should go to college. No one of any race, nationality should go to those indoctrination hellholes. Get a trade. Get a trade. Journalist Andy No of anti-Antifa fame pointed out the absurdity of thinking that white students feel that they would have a better chance of going into college, and being right does not prove that racial white supremacy is paramount in American society. And this is Andy No talking about it. This is other people tweeting because we don't care about people's tweets. All right, so a bunch of other people tweet. I don't really care about people's tweets. I think this is fucking hilarious. So let's see what you guys were saying about it, because you guys are always pretty awesome. Real quick, I guess to kind of give a take, because I got to think about the videos, because that Wade Downs edit, I have to make sure my take, because he edits out you guys, which I understand, because maybe keep a couple of them when they're good, because you guys are often have good posts. But the long and short is this, man. We saw that damn Tiki thing, which I didn't understand. That was over my head. I'm like, oh, this is some white supremacy. I don't get it. I don't know everything about everything. I'm not a political junkie to the extent that everybody else or to a lot of people are, where I just know immediately what that was even supposed to symbolize. I remember seeing the pictures and then people saying it was a hoax, and I didn't even understand how the pictures meant they were white supremacists in the first place. And I thought there was a black guy with them in that Tiki thing, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, and I hate saying this statement because I hate the idea. There is definitely still racism in this country. There's definitely racism towards white people, racism towards black people. There's discrimination of all sorts and all sides. You know what I mean? That's just how people are. But the supply and demand ain't lining up. The demand definitely outweighs the supply, and you can see why. This Ibram X, he's a guy that gets funded by Twitter. Literally, he's a guy that's linked up with the academia. He's a guy that's linked up with the media, you know, the fart sniffing media. He's a guy that his whole financial stake. He has a financial stake in racism, just like Rachel Dolezal, just like Martin Luther King. I said Rachel Dolezal. Well, she was in NAACP, that shitty organization. They actually have colored people in their name, and they're fucking supposed to be helpful. Get the fuck out of here. But just like Martin Luther King, Colin Kaepernick, a lot of these people, their financial security is in race baiting. That's what they do for a living. That's their job. That's, you know what I mean? And you have literally, that's one of the biggest degrees is gender studies and race studies, because you don't have to be that smart to actually do it. All you have to do is regurgitate. It's not like science, which we also know is a science, but it's not like a STEM degree where it takes a little bit more application of yourself. All you have to do is regurgitate some smelly author who wrote a bullshit. Robin DiAngelo. This is one of the richest white supremacists on earth, is Robin DiAngelo. She's a legitimate, admitted racist, and everything she says is incredibly racist. She doesn't like white people. She doesn't like black people. She thinks white people are oppressors and black people are dumb idiots who can't do anything for themselves. And she gets to sell this to the highest bidder on corporate speeches and corporate retreats and all this other dumb shit. There are so many people who have a financial investment in this country being more racist than it actually is. Is everything smooth and is everything lollipops and gumdrops? No, far from it. But for fuck's sake, this is not the country that they want it to be, or rather, like I said, are financially incentive in the saying that it is. That's what we have with Ibram X. That's what we have with all of these race baiters. That's what we have with the guy who said last week that we covered on the channel that Kyrie and Dave Chapelle were the pawns of white supremacy. There are just so many, the black face of white supremacy. That new narrative. It's this investment in a specific narrative and a specific thought that Black people are in minorities in general and other oppressed classes and protected classes are just too terrible to get anything past the all-powerful white man who must be punished for his whiteness. And that's what they're selling. And whenever there's a crack in it, and whenever they can even find cracks in their own narrative, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. I wonder what that guy Ibram X thinks. I wonder, I really wish I could be a fly in the wall in his brain. What does he think truly, truly? If you gave him truth serum, what would he tell you about his thoughts on this? Would he say, like, man, I'm just trying to get this money? I almost feel like that's what he would say. Or does he truly, truly in his heart of hearts believe he's in a racist country? I would love to know that. I would love to know that. All right, now let's get to what you guys have to say. Now that I gave that for my man Wake Down to edit, who's doing an incredible job. That thumbnail he did of Stone Cold really worked. So thank you, man. Same name that I'm using now. I don't know what's going on. You talking about the Twitter? Oh, you know this cunt. Oh, Sister Dildo knows of this guy. I actually do not. I feel like I may have seen him before, like seen that name before, but I don't know of what he says. I don't know if I've heard him speak. Who knows? I say that, but I remember there was one organization. Well, I don't know who they are, and I saw an old video where I covered it. So I think it was it was one of those organizations that were going at Dave Chapelle, and it was like the Black something. And I was like, I don't know who this organization is, and I had covered it before, so who knows? Show him pics, Cotton Connection. The fuck? Maybe Ibram X is right. Sometimes you guys convince me they're right. I'm half joking, you bigots. He looks like he's been trying to bleach his skin and bathe in turmeric power. He looks orange. Oof. Some of these, listen, the most self-loathing Black folk can be in that liberal hive mind. So who knows? Right. So feel guilty. You really do have to right to feel so guilty. You really have to believe you're superior. Yeah. I think white guilt has more white supremacy in it than anything. Vig, why won't you let people who are so much better than you help you? Yeah. Why not? Wookiees aren't anti-white. They're various shades of brown. Yeah, they aren't white. There's shades of brown. And hairy. And hairy. Yeah, they are. All these fandom menace haters who accuse us of grifting are the real grifters, especially the clout chasing ones. Yeah. Lots of clout to be chased. Lots of clout to be chased. The world is crazy. Everything is pink where it counts. Did I assume Wookiee species? Oh no. Rebum X Kunti says Snorter Poopus. Rough Girl Tequila Child saying haters are gonna hate, which they are. Hey bro, we all came from Africa, so we're Black, man. Says Central Dildo. I love the man thing. IDK, my beer hasn't had any pepper in the salt for a while. Louder were crowded in the monologue about slavery and made some obscene slavery jokes. Unfortunately, they were funny. As long as they're funny, man. My biggest thing with Crowder is I don't think, hot take. Crowder is not that funny. So if you laugh, not that he's never funny. There's times where he is, but I just think in general, it's just not. All came from a continent cluster we don't recognize now, Africa. So South America used to be the same place. Yeah, the plates have moved. And the ancient world was totally different than the world we currently have it. On the last break of your shift, okay, universities are overrated. Yeah. And I think I saw a comment about you talking about MSU. Cousin went to MSU. I did not go. I went to a shitty community college for a couple years. That was it. What I want to know is what melanin percentage do you need in your skin before you're not white? I don't know. The world will be a better place if people stop what they're doing, start hugging people more. I think we'll get along a whole lot better. Well, people think if you start hugging randos, they will, especially as an anti-vaxxer, go to jail for trying to, you should go to jail for attempted murder, bigot. All those white women, Or the Y men. I'm sorry, not Y women. Y men are always up to something. Those Y men, watch out for them. Sure as hell never lied about my race to get into MSU, says Morgan Holloway. Shout out to MSU beating Michigan. Fucking Harbaugh is a piece of shit as usual. Overrated coach. One of the most overrated college coaches of all time. He's like, oh my God, fucking John Harbaugh. But I mean, we were 7-0. So what do you say? Just constantly losing to our rivals, constantly losing to MSU and Ohio State every fucking year. Just nothing new. And that's because you're honest. Also because, I mean, Morgan Holloway did it before it became the hip thing. Now it's hot in the streets to lie about your race for an application. You guys got a lot to say. Lied about my species for a lot of things. Polar bears are discriminated against. We had a meme of the day showing a Russian polar bear, your Russian cousin. He seemed pretty nice. Don't even get me started about the militant ovary squad. Well, you can't blame them for this. Maybe too honest. Cost me job in the past. Oh, no. I like Snort because he covers his nose. If he covers his nose, it completely disappears. Neat trick. Well, yeah, in the snow. Hail Decepticon King. Go check your last 2 tweets. I will check your last 2 tweets. Let me check them now on Twitter. We're getting close to wrapping up the show. You're already getting close to an hour. We got one more story than a positive story before we get out of here. Let's see what the Decepticon King said. Okay, here we go. Last couple tweets. Let me see. I don't know what's going on. Is this like looks like a police incident? Jeesh. Okay, so it looks like another. I'm sorry for the pause. I did not mean to delay. I'm trying to look. I don't know about whatever's going on to Decepticon King, but it looks like it may be another police incident. And there's some body cam, and so I would have to I can't decipher that live on there because I just don't know enough of what's happening. But it's interesting, man. It's interesting. I don't. You know what though? You know what else is kind of interesting? Decepticon King. I wonder how big these stories will play now. They already got the orange man out of office. Let's just be honest. You know, left. The reason I hate the left so much, in particular, I don't like the right either. I call them Republicans and Democrats. I'm not I ain't Ben Shapiro necessarily. But because they only care about me if I'm dead as a black man. They only care about me if I'm dead in a police shooting, and they can use it for clout. This Ibram X guy is a guy who. He's, maybe he genuinely cares about his people, but from all the side of it, looks like a guy who just uses these situations for clout. And there's so many people who just use these situations for clout. But now that they got their orange man out, now that they got their oppressive regime, man, now that they got the, meet everything, everyone's on their side, unless you're an alt-righter, they don't really need to drum up so much of these incidents anymore. They don't really need to. They already accomplished their goal. Rough Girl says she's been very lucky. Thank you. It's a rough English approximation of my old name. Not sure what you guys are talking about there. Can I get a benefit from pretending to be female? Fizz Chozo, yes, you can. Yes, you can. You absolutely can. Decepticon King says if a cop tells you to stop, fucking stop. I would say 8 times out of 10, I agree, but there's a chance we might be in the case for the 2. So for principle's sake, I'm not gonna just go hard with that. But in general, yeah, that's what I would do. I would stop unless it's a necessary thing. Because again, we're in a weird place. So I've said to even with the cop thing, I'm not gonna be a thin blue line guy because who the hell's gonna toss me in the gulag? They're not gonna send out a fucking what is it? They're not going to send out a fucking counselor to toss me in the gulag. You know what I mean? They're going to send cops. So I'm a step before that the pro cop thing. I don't know enough of the situation to know what happened in the first place and what should have happened. But hey, listen, we're in a situation also on the other end. We have a lot less police, and we need police because keeping order is going to be hard. The first story was about some guy slicing people up. We need police, so I'm not anti-police either, but trying to have balance. And again, don't know everything about the situation. His list kind of bugs me though. Whose list? Oh, Snorter Poopas is? I don't know if he had a list. Don't understand. Tiki, not sure what that is. What's up? Black is the new white supremacy. I think honestly, I think fucking the media is the new white supremacy. Like their ability to shame people into submission is a new white supremacy. Wookiee supremacy. Don't hate me because English is an acquired tongue for me. Now you guys are talking about English and stuff. Let's see. Yeah, Martin Luther King saying, Martin Luther King is Talcum X. It's Sean King. The same nickname for the same guy. Yep, Patrice Cullors also makes tons of money race baiting. She's the head of BLM International, whatever. Oh no, she's not. She stepped down. Buying large mansions. Maybe I can leverage my racial currency for the loot. Black female skydiver. There you go. Yeah, Parrhead. You're somebody the left would champion. You're black. You're female. You're doing something that's, I would say, typically male. So there you go. Can never sell my soul. Screw that. All right. When Malcolm X realized he was lying the pockets of these people who were invested in dividing people, he took a trip to Mecca, came back sounding more like MLK, and lasted a week before they killed him. Because they were A-OK with Malcolm X being more divisive. And granted, everything he said during the period where he was a little bit more divisive is not to be thrown out with, don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. There's still a lot of interesting things to say. In fact, there's some pretty anti-liberal things to say even in that period. What did he say? The most dangerous thing in the Western Hemisphere is a white man calls himself liberal. He didn't just say the most dangerous thing to black people. He said the most dangerous thing in the Western Hemisphere. He was proven correct, as we can see in modern age. But yeah, the last thing they wanted was Malcolm X to be more uniting. Just like even with MLK, when he started to come at the war. That's when he got killed. Depends on the deal. I'll hear a pitch. Oh boy, it would be great to be rich, but I would hate myself as far as selling out. Fuck soul for the weed. The devil be holding out at times. LLJK. Yeah, don't say yourself. Don't say yourself for anything. He says God has left America. I think the other way around. I think America left God first. America left God, and that's how we got what we got. America left God. And yeah, this guy shit himself, and that wasn't even a news story. The demonic media, the way they do this, motherfucker shit himself. And he's clearly incompetent. I mean, you can tell this motherfucker shouldn't be in office. You can tell this motherfucker's already gone. It's pure demonic, man. Pure demonic. And the people that will still back him, just pure evil, pure brainwashed. People are just completely brainwashed. And too many people have the binary logic. Listen, if you hate the orange man, fine. You don't have to like this old piece of shit, literally. If you're anti-orange man, you don't have to be pro-Biden. You don't have to be pro the opposite of what they tell you it is. You know what I mean? Because they set up mind camps for everyone to go into so they can get you to oppose other mind camps or mind cults. Brain dead Biden. Let's go, Brandon, right? Kai, and because of it, he got lead poison. Yeah. Talking about Malcolm X. Second he came back saying something other than something divisive. And again, not when he was with the Nation of Islam, he had some interesting things to say. But when he was a little bit, he went to Mecca, he felt differently about Islam and differently about being a Muslim. As far as it not being so ethno-nationalistic about it. And didn't last long. I mean, it was very short from him coming back before he got killed. I don't know what it is, but I know it's in a matter of months. God is still here. Oh, Jesus, I'm not gonna say that. I believe in the Most High, man, and I believe a lot of this suffering is been prophesied before, man. Every element of it. She's crazy to set the cocaine. Condoleezza Rice, the ultimate white supremacist. We covered that last week. She's a white supremacist. Dave Chappelle's a white supremacist. Kyrie Irving's a white supremacist. Fucking Larry Elder's a white supremacist. Isn't it? What is with all these black people thinking for themselves and their white supremacy? Don't you know the only approved blackness is the one that Robin DiAngelo approved? Some stink puss white liberal approves. Those are the only ones who get to approve your blackness. How can you call people racist when you bleach your skin? What is Serena Williams? I mean, Serena Williams might be never mind. Kaepernick compares millions of dollars contracts to slavery. Yeah, it's insane. It's insanity. And like I said on Saturday's episode when I was brought to my attention, you just gotta no sell that shit. Because that's wild. You just gotta no sell that shit because it's so ridiculous. And yeah, Dave is funny. Dave Chappelle's funny, but Crowder is Crowder. I'm not a Steven Crowder. I don't dislike Steven Crowder. I like Quarter Black. I've seen segments that were funny. The some of the prove me wrong segments are pretty interesting, but he's just not as entertaining as I would like. He's not entertaining enough for me to watch religiously. But I get why people watch me. There's worse sources of news than Crowder, so he's more valuable to me as a source of news than as a comedian. The Crowder's dad is pretty funny, or is Dave a guy on this show? Because I don't watch the show regularly. Every now and again. Went to WMU. I'm not sure what WMU is. Sheesh, will I be able to get to the end? Goodness gracious, you guys are really active in the chat. So if I don't get to your comment in the chat, I really apologize. Used to hug people all the time, talk to strangers for hours. It makes me sad to only talk to family. This is a good question. Exactly, are gypsies white or not? Shout out to Tyson Fury. What's the gypsies? Are they considered Caucasian or not? Nick Saban is the greatest college football coach right now. Roll Tide. Well, he pays well enough. All right, going back to the grind and still listening, Morgan Holloway. Good luck. We will try to have something set up this week for you guys, and hopefully we can pass it around because I don't have the biggest platform around, so we can help out. Fuck Tom Brady for what he did to Alabama and Orange Bowl in 2000. Hey, that was Michigan. What are you talking about? Jeez, Michigan, we don't get much. Fuck, let us get this. We're damn near like the Lions. Need more channels to support. But then man, I'll support seriously. A Wookiee Supremacy dropped a new video. Okay, we're not doing all this Nick Saban love. Yeah, stop the car. Some new shit. Lost. I'm not sure the context. It's probably talking about the situation that you were trying to tell me about with the looks like a cop shooting. Memes are in full bloom. It's not a cop. It's a baker. Oh, it's a baker? I got to look at this situation. I was trying to, check it out on air. Participated in my first panel last night. Thank you guys so much for your support. Cool. I was actually talking to Fat Steven, and I know you were on with him. So that's cool. You make sure. Can't tell subs. Where you at, Ruff? Yeah, Ruff doesn't have that many subs. Please sub to Ruff Girl. Fizz Chozo, he says bye. Hopefully do a collab stream eventually. Yeah, I got to bring back Brave in the Bold so I can get a lot of you guys who have newer channels on. But the point is, it's probably a Democratic city with a Democratic mayor, and somehow it's a Republican for all institutions run by Democrats. Oh yeah, it's definitely probably a leftist city. Most major cities are leftist. Definitely. I definitely consider them the eviler of the two groups right now. Make no mistake about it. But like I said, I don't tend to champion. God, unfortunately, the Republicans are just that cucks. They don't do what they don't really oppose. They just kind of sit there. A lot of the Republicans are rhinos or people who are actually rhinos but don't appear to be. Looking at you, Ted Cruz. Doing my part in supporting the Black struggle. Now, celebrate me. Yeah, basically it. I have a BLM sticker. Please pay attention to me because I care so much about Black people. Fish Chozo, as a trans stock male, you're now part of an underrepresented class. There you go, Fish Chozo. Now you can be underrepresented. Look up Tits College. I think Fish Chozo's already a brother, but being a black man is like the white man of black people, so that's a count. I never heard of Tits College. Maybe that'll be the meme of the day because we are running out of time. Started a little late and because of sleep. Yeah, that comes up nothing but prawn. So no way to find that Decepticon King. No way to find that. Let's see. Change the avatar because I bring the ruckus to the ladies, says Wookie. If you tell people you're in transition, they won't say anything else about a shot to you. My cousin tried, it worked. Wow. Tits College, Elon Musk new college. I thought that was MIT, but Tis. MIT has TIP buildings. Brightest Day says hi to Kai. Yeah, hi Kai, because Kai brought up the Malcolm X thing. Shout out to Kai MFS. Please check out his sorry, my head, I've run through so much. I should say hi more often. Blame my head, not my heart, because there's a lot of comments. I'm trying to cover everything. I don't want to miss the last story. I do want to get through this last story, so I may skip through some of the comments. Yeah, talking about why MLK, Malcolm X, JFK, and RFK got assassinated. They did. Becoming an atheist country has led to the downfall of many civilizations. Every great civilization believed in a higher power. Yeah, Fred Hampton as well. As far as assassinating, oh, come on. Stop that, Wookie. Stop that. Yeah, it's not about Biden anymore. It's more anti-right. Yeah, it's like, oh, I get to be anti-right. I get to be anti-orange. Those evil orange man supporters. It's like, I don't give a fuck about this orange motherfucker. I just don't want to have to take gene therapy for the rest of my life to get a job. I don't want to have all our tax dollars go to immigrants. I don't want to have insane inflation. I don't want to have $30 a gallon gas. That's it. That's all. I don't want these things. I don't want the supply chain to be shit. I don't want everything to. I don't want all society to collapse. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking. I don't give a fuck which party or candidate it is. It just so happens that this candidate in this party is just causing all these negative things. Hashtag our media lies, America dies. I agree with that, man. I like that hashtag. Maybe that should be the hashtag of the channel. The media lies, America dies. People are starting to wake up and fight back. They're going to be frozen out this winter. Yeah, please prep. Please prep. I'm trying to get extra water and extra dog food for the doggo. Please prep. Not being blasphemous. God knows the afterlife. Why we care about our death? God does care about our lives. That's why Jesus died. He died for our sins so he can actually have life instead of death. Because honestly, I think this is the beginnings of the Great Tribulation. That's what I truly think all we're seeing are the beginnings of what's stated in Revelation. It's really adding up like that. Epstein did not. He did not. And neither did Vigilante Williamson. If something ever happens to me, I did not do it. Those who are waking up are older. The kids are still brainwashed. There's some based kids. There are some base kids, but the brainwashing is widespread. There's some older people who are asleep, and there are some kids who are awake. The brainwashing is definitely widespread. Kaepernick pissed me off with that cotton field ish. We've owned Fields, and he has no damn concept of a life of indentured servitude. I watch Steven every day, and I don't watch Gary because he's not funny. Oh boy, I wrote this beef with Gary. Believe you guys this, you have to notice he let absolutely horrific and abhorrent deaths happen all the time. I don't get why everyone who blames. So, okay, we talked about the guy who just stabbed 17 people. Are you going to blame God for that? Or are you going to blame the guy who stabbed 17 people and set people on fire? Where does his personal responsibility lie? Or should God live in a world where we complain about a world where there's no consequence and there's no accountability? If you didn't allow that guy to stab 17 people and be responsible for his own actions, and you just put a force field around everybody, then there is no responsibility and there is no accountability. The guy who stabbed 17 people is responsible for it. if you know, God does say, it says in the Bible, he creates what is it, the good and the evil? He creates everything, creates all things. But the personal responsibility to me lies in the humans who caused the death. So that's my thought on it. They are nomads. Gypsies are people everywhere. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Gypsies are gypsies. We go by ethnicity in Europe. It's not really about color. At least it wasn't. Well, it is now. The gypsies lost their land and they roamed the earth. So technically they are Earthians. I see. Oh, you were on a panel with Orange Hat Reviews. Oh, cool. Cool, cool, cool. It is a cop. Okay. Just fucking around. Hi, Nancy. Rough Girl, send the link. I'm gonna have to skip ahead. JFK was still alive. He'd be disappointed in the Democratic Party and today's liberals. Probably would. Oh, you did dress up for Halloween last night live. I'm gonna check out Orange Hat Reviews. Well, 7-Eleven and JFK, these things were perpetrated by the same type of individuals. Texas Institute of Science and Technology. So it's really TIST. Cares about our lives, not our deaths. I was raised in church. I know what's up. Okay. We are the world. We are the children. Dildo didn't kill himself. He suffocated in some woman's orifices. Uh-oh. Oh man, we do got to get out of here. I heard Texas was getting expensive. That sucks. That sucks. And there's consequences. Only religious concept I've ever seen with my own eyes is karma. That shit is real without a doubt. I agree on some level. There's karma is real. You put bad energy, you'll get it. You'll reap what you sow. Also says that in the Bible. JFK was alive. He'd be speaking to today's Democrats and liberals. Would it be a real Democrat or liberal? On what Democrats and liberals should believe in, or he'll go along with the program. You don't know that he wouldn't go along with the program. You just think he wouldn't. Was it Lizzo? Oh, we're talking about the orphans that Central Dildo got killed in. At least he died doing what he loved. Yeah, if it's Lizzo, sorry, man. All right, let's get into the last couple stories. I was reading through you guys, but it's always good to talk to you guys. I really do love it, but I do want to cover this story before we get out of here. So, the mainstream media comes to the defense of the genderqueer author after parents claim it features child porn. So, author Kobabe, who goes by the obscure pronouns E.M. Iyer, I've never heard of that, defended the book to the Washington Post, saying that queer kids need queer stories. This is a controversial book that caused parental anger being found in the libraries of public schools from Virginia to Rhode Island, showing graphic imagery about sexual and gender awakening of teenagers. It is being defended by the mainstream press and publishers. Genderqueer, a memoir, a graphic novel by Maya Kobabe, sorry for mispronouncing this person's name, has become something a symbol as what's stake in educational culture wars, both in the Virginia gubernatorial election, which we've mentioned, and beyond. We sort of mentioned with the Tiki thing. Published by good old Simon & Schuster, one of the biggest publishers on earth, if not the biggest publisher, has won numerous awards. Of course, it's Stunning and Brave. And it was called into question by Republican candidate Glenn Youngkin and was pulled from schools in Fairfax County, Virginia. Yet Democratic candidate Terry McAuliffe slammed Youngkin for wanting books like this out of school libraries. This is the tweet. It says, folks, let's take a step back. Glenn is spending his final days of the campaign focused on banning award-winning books from our schools and silencing the voices of Black authors. My eyes aren't the best unless this person is doing what we were talking about in the last segment and lying about the race. They're not Black. Now, I'm not sure if he's referring to another incident that this article is not talking about, or is he referring to that fake incident that was we know is now false. I don't know what this guy's talking about. And again, I'm not as well versed what's going on with this gubernatorial debate and issue in Virginia. But he's talking about Trumpian dog whistles. Seems like this guy's full of shit himself. The image, what is this guy? McAuliffe, whatever. Images in the books. So I don't really want to show the images. We're trying to skip through it. Well, can you see what you can kind of see what she's doing, right? Yeah. In the bottom right here, yeah, she's sucking on something. So that's what's in this book. And they're supposed to be all teenagers. And actually, you can't post the images on Instascam. Oh Jesus. You can't post the images on Instascam, or Facebook. And so they're saying, well, this is James Lindsay. Matt was just telling me about this guy. So basically, you can't post this on Instagram. You can't post this on Facebook, but you can go get it from your library at school. So that's the issue. I don't, I don't know how. I guess these kids are supposed, or the images are supposed to be of kids. I didn't read the damn thing. I don't know what's happening. I'm not a censorship guy in general. But what happens is, what you put in schools is a total different can of worms for what should exist in general. So I don't think you should have this type of shit in schools, especially if it's too graphic for. I hope YouTube doesn't fuck with me just for that. And if it's too graphic for Instagram and Facebook, it's probably too graphic for your kids. I don't think that's a crazy bet. Talks about this person's weird pronouns. They defended the book, saying that queer kids need queer stories. Why do they need sexual images? Why do they need those images? Can't you create images that imply these things? You have to show them like that. But that's why people think that all this stuff is grooming. That's why people think that the LGBTQ community is being hijacked for the P3DOs, because there's this need to constantly show this shit to children in a very explicit way. That is just, it's like this is obviously going to piss people off and have people think that. Again, this person wants to write a book about that and have it be a graphic novel. That's one thing, but you don't have to depict children in that way. And in fact, that's illegal, ma'am, or M, or whatever the fuck pronoun suits you best. About how unpleasant was it to hear the book? You didn't want parents to slam your book when you have people giving head. You have 15-year-olds giving each other head and drawn. Oh my God. And then people just see, oh, you're oppressing somebody. You're such an oppressive person. People came to his defense. Here's a bunch of tweeting losers. It's nonsensical, says this person. Man, it's this part. I don't even give a fuck what these motherfuckers have to say. I ain't gonna lie. So like, I guess people are fighting back against the claim that it's pornographic. Hey, what you call it? Didn't want to post it. Okay, whatever. I think this is fucking demonic. I think this is ridiculous. I don't know, and they were comparing it to Greek vases and stuff, like, oh, that's sexual. Like, no, there are images of kids giving each other head. Like, there's nothing else to see here. There's nothing else to talk about. We're done here. This is fucking sick. Stop being fucking evil. This goes on to talk about. Unfortunately, we have to rush a little bit. Goes on to talk about a school board with this book. It's caused a lot of controversy. Listen, this stuff and it's nothing. Look at this, all this sexual stuff. Talking about dildos, talking about text, talking about all this other stuff. Like, why? Why do we have to groom kids? Why do we have to live in a culture in which kids are groomed? If it really, what this shit has done is the older, a lot of people talk about how conservatives in the past regulated their beliefs and how negative that was, where you had all these crazy laws. You still have them in certain states about liquor, as me and Matt were talking about off air. But you have all these crazy laws, you have all these crazy beliefs, and there were people who didn't want sex education in schools, right? And for the most part, I think that's kind of ridiculous. Maybe it could be, a lot more, but you should have sex education. Well, this is why they didn't want it. They didn't want this slippery slope to happen to where we're normalizing grooming. That's what this is. We're normalizing grooming. I can go through everything, but that's all this is. This is normalizing grooming. These are images. Listen, I'm not saying that these kids can't get these images. I'm not even saying, even though I don't approve of this shit, that this shit shouldn't exist. I don't think it should. I don't know why this person couldn't imply a lot of that stuff. But for fuck's sake, it shouldn't be in schools. But hey, the public education system is filled with fucking demons. Goodness. Whatever, she's just a gay chick. Talking about her pronouns. Why does everything have to be ridiculous? Why am I not surprised in the slightest? Says Sister Dildo. Is that a woman? I don't know if we're supposed to say it. Dag Nabbit, this is getting ridiculous. It's well past that. What's going on with Baldwin? I would love to be a paralegal in the case. I'm not following the Baldwin thing, but from what I can tell, it seems like him, the armorer, and the assistant director need to go to jail for a long time. Got to respect the pronouns of a demo aromantic demon. Yeah, I'll get right on learning a shit ton of nonsense. Surgical LARPers. It's a public service vid. Got to show these kids how to suck a PP, bro. Female PP, bro. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Extreme gender cosplay. And one's wearing a strap on. Crowder bits. Drop the vid. We were talking about Crowder. Drop the vid. Got Noble Iro giving us such a dildo a buzz. I went off on a rant about women's bare knuckle fist fights. Love that sport. Don't want men in that, even if they're chopped up. Oh man, I saw they're going to have men in women's MMA, which sucks for that. Transgenders want to fight, they should fight each other. I agree with that. They're always trying to implicate my people in this crap. It's always your people's fault. Make a new division. Don't let girls get pummeled. This isn't that hard. This isn't rocket science. Yeah, protect your kids. Go private and research all these private schools. All the glitters not gold with them. A lot of them have that same crazy ideology. Baldwin is a narcissist who can't keep his mouth shut. I don't have to do ish. I'm retired. What they gonna do to me? I see. I know a lot of gay people, but the ones I know are pissed off about that. Yeah, I would say most people don't want their identity to be used to hurt kids, and that's what's happening. I'm a country girl and I'll cut a bitch. Well, we see a lot of people will cut. Listen, there's nothing wrong with being gay.
That's still gay. No, you're gay. He's gay.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's A-okay. It's okay to be gay. This is not me trying to be offensive to gay people, right? It's not me trying to, but leave fucking kids alone. I'm tired of the pronoun ish. If you want to be EM or IR, that's cool. But fucking leave the kids alone. I don't see why this is so rocket science. But these people are evil. And they get represented as if they're the good guys. And as we're crazy. Like we're nuts. You have nuts in this fucking video. Or this, well, it wasn't nuts, it was a pee-pee. As Cincy Dildo so elegantly put it. Yeah, the only good P3DO is a dead one. Remember that TED Talk when they were trying to normalize this shit way back when? And they've ramped it up. They've ramped up. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to normalize this shit. And unfortunately, this is looking like Sodom and Gomorrah outside. The days of Noah. On some level, I think they already have succeeded. Could probably force your bank to close your account. They did that with Laura Loomer, and that's going to probably happen to a lot of people. So invest in crypto. You know what? Family has never kept all the money in the bank. Shit. Oh, I wouldn't say that. I probably shouldn't have posted that. All right, let's get into the positive story. I didn't know meme today. Oh shit! I just accidentally got exited out of the positive story. But we're not giving up without a fight because we got to have our positivity before I go into work. So yeah, I used to be on the show that I love so much. And hopefully we'll do again. Yelling at parked cars with my man the Comics Division and Nick Wise and Coach Casino and West sometimes and Dalton. Sir Talks a lot, bunch of others, Drew sometimes. And we had the koalas in the rain outro. Unfortunately, there were koalas in a bushfire. But thanks to this heroic dog, over 100 of them got saved. A heroic dog gets an award for saving 100 koalas in Australia's bushfires. If you guys remember, before the pandemic was engulfed in 2020, it started off with these bushfires in Australia. An intrepid 6-year-old dog helped rescue over 100 koalas from those bushfires in 2019 and 2020. Now the Australian Coolie, and I've never heard that breed, named Bear, has been named a hero, winning an award from International Fund for Animal Welfare. Bear was trained in Australia at the University of the Sunshine Coast, where a detection dogs for conservation team taught the former rescue dog how to use his heightened sense of smell to hunt out injured koalas. Among the ashes, research fellow Dr. Romaine Christoke. I'm sorry for Crisco. Sorry for mispronouncing this individual's name. Who leads the team, said that Bear received extra pats and extra play after he was honored via video during the IFAW award action and Animal Action Awards in London's House of Lords. There we go. She said that Bear's sense of smell, along with enthusiasm for play, made him ideal for research projects such as recognizing the scent of koala fur in the bush. IFAW, which sponsors Bear, said the dog has been a ray of hope as he searched for burnt habitat to help the team and their partners rescue over 100 koalas. So look at Bear. He has a kind of that crazy cute look where he has those crazy eyes, but he looks cute. He previously found himself in an animal shelter as his first. His former owners gave up on him due to behavior issues caused by his boundless energy and obsessive enthusiasm for play. Christico, an ecologist, former veterinarian, said that the koala detection dog is continuing to contribute to wildlife rescues and research with other teams. Since Bear and our team are studying the effects of the bushfires on koala health and habitat density with the IFAW. So he's always happy to give a paw to find koalas as a part of the detection. So yeah. Cool dog. Cute dog. A real hero dog. So shout out to Bear, not just our Bear Snorter Poop is Cuber, but shout out to Bear. And shout out to you guys. It's time to hit the music as usual. It's starting to work. But I appreciate everybody who's been here. We had a lot to talk about. Yelling at park cars was funny. I need to get on that show. It's been a while since I did that show. Team sports, for those with trans women. I don't give a fuck. Keep them on comment sports. We're talking about all that. All right. Got an all from Morgan Holloway. Cute dog. So I want to just say hi to everybody who's been here. So yeah, salute to Bear. Thank you for making it a great show, Keely Child. Somebody needs to share this story with Nina Affinity. Yeah. I do the positive stories all day. That's the one commonality we have. The first thing I ever did on this channel was a positive story podcast. So shout out to Stream Elements, Citizen Dildo's favorite, Wiki Supremacy. We had a little bit of debate. Noble Iro, Keely Child, the aforementioned Citizen Dildo, Rough Girl. Appreciate you being here. V Star Nancy. Hey V Star. Morgan Holloway, the House of Holloway, got to get you set up and make sure you're good with the GoFundMe situation, and we will try to get that done as soon as possible. Pearhead, I appreciate you being here. Let's see. I want to make sure everybody is counted that I can think of. You guys were really active in the chat, had a lot to talk about. Decepticon King, Fizz Chozo. Fizz Chozo. Is there anyone else? If there's somebody else, man, I apologize for rushing. Please blame my head, not my heart. I appreciate all you guys being here. Salute people, buzz. Great stream. I try. I think Low Spec Linda's laptop was also here. Got to comment on him. Thank you for being here, brother. Thank you anyone who lurked. Thank you for anyone who's watching this playback. If you like the video, please like the video. Kai MFS, he had a good point about Malcolm X. How can I forget about Kai MFS? Please check out Space Crime Domino, which is his book, which is now a year old. And Bright as Day, another person who was on the in the chat, has a video reading it. So you might want to check that out. So if you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do so. Darius Munchausen, Vigilante Munchausen, was lurking. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good afternoon or good evening if it's that time of day where you are. And God bless. Peace.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate